Hey Scott, hey Stuart, hi Mark. Mark Shedtalk, g'day. Oh, g'day, back at ya. Tea and biscuits, hello. What's happening? I'm here, I think. No fancy intros or anything, sorry. You probably only got some of that because of ads and stuff, but anyway, here we go. What's up, guys? Assorted snoozers? Yourself, yes. I got home. It's been one of those days. Just about had enough of it all. Anyway, didn't top myself today. It's really good. Good day at work. I've got a little bit done this weekend. I spent Sunday, most of Sunday in bed, all of Sunday in bed because nothing happened then. A bit poor, really. Not very much happened. So, yeah, I did Friday night to sort of finish this. It's not, it needs, I don't know, sort of, looking at it, I think it's all right. Anyway, coat of arms is done. Chook on a trumpet and all that stuff, double-headed eagle. And that's going to need a coat of clear on it. I've got a tin of clear here. Sunday rest probably is good. Migraine, I didn't sort of even stand up or sit up. This is pretty good crap. So this is the clear varnish I'm putting on. Should be all right. Fab at work's actually painting his bike, so he can try it out first and see how he gets on with that. So this is ready to put a coat of clear on. I put some fixer on it last night, and because some of this is water based, and I don't think I did any real favours on that. I'm only going to put one coat of clear on it, TMB. Because some of this paint wasn't dry and the fixer lifted it off, so I wasn't really happy with that, but it's all settled down. I think it'll be all right. So fingers crossed. We'll get a coat of clear on these tomorrow night, I think. All going well. And then Sunday we might get them back on the roller. Still missing one of these screws, so I've got to chase one of them up at some point. That's another thing. Morning, David. One of those short ones in there. Can probably live without it on the roller for a bit. But it's down in that corner, I think. But I haven't had any luck at finding it. I got into there and vacuumed, but I still didn't find it. Don't know where it is. Anyway. Like I said, that went down that hole. If we have a look, it went down that hole there. That's why that needs a guard on it. No other reason. It's a guard up about that tall with nice cast aluminium. One day. That's on my list of things. We know that. Went shopping. Monday I went shopping. So Monday I organised 5 bars for the roller. They're all sort of ready to go for the weekend. Got that sorted. Bit of a go on that. That was something that happened. What else? Chased all over town trying to find 3 fittings. How hard do you think it would be? We'll come over here, probably. Get some light, maybe. So, the blower fittings for the auxiliary blower on the roller, a bit of a problem really. TMB, the cutouts go around the drain cocks. So it's the casting protrusions for the drain cocks on the cylinder. So looking for 3/8 olive fitting with 1/4 inch and something that stand high pressure and high temperature. There's not a lot of pressure in this because it's open on one end, but it does get pretty hot, so nylon won't do it. And flares are a lot of messing around to get them the right length and all fitting and tight and everything on a captive pipe. So we've got these. One of them screws in the blower valve. Another one screws in the elbow on the chimney. Something like that. So this one screws in the elbow, this one screws in the blower valve, hopefully. This one goes between the valve and the casting on the cylinder, which is a steel one, and that took a fair bit of finding actually. Had trouble with that. Chased all over Brisbane looking for one of them. I think that would be easy, but got it. No worries. Anyway, so chased them up, got them sorted. I've got 3 fittings to put the blower back on. I've got a length of pipe out in the car. That's another job. So all these little jobs on Sunday are going to have a pretty big day Sunday. Get all this back together and on the roller. So you've got to get these back on. We've got to make gaskets for these. We've got to get the drain cocks back on. We've got to polish the drain cocks and put them all back in. You've got to put the levers all back in. That's that. We've got to put the doors back in and the plugs back in. Got to put those anodes in the tank. That's another job. I've got one of these that I haven't cleaned up or anything that's got to go back on, and another one that's not even right that's got to go back on too. So I can put them on. Haven't even done with our reproductions. It's looking all right, but we haven't got any way past that. We'll see what happens. They're things that have got to be done on Sunday. It's without any failures because I'm this far behind on it. I'm getting further behind as we go. So we get all these bits back on the front end, put the door back in, 5 bars back in. We got to weld up 5 bars and put them back in, put the ash pan back on, put the plugs back in. Dan and Christian were amazing last week and managed to wash it out for me. And do a few other little jobs. We've got this all ready to put up. We've got to set this up and put a pipe between them with a couple of pins. But then we've got a blower. We've got to put the chimney back on. These are all crazy jobs that are going to be done on Sunday. We get all that sorted, then we're starting to look like the next weekend we can probably test steam it. So that's after the boiler test, boiler certification and stuff. We've just got to all go back together and be test steamed. If we could get it all back together, at least get the 5 bars welded up and everything else back on, then next week we can drop the 5 bars in it and the ash pan on it and have a serious think about lighting it up. Fill it up with water. So I'm not stressed about that. 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 But I can't see Sunday night happening. It'd be very nice, but I can't see that it's going to happen. And yeah, I'm stressed about it. So there's no point putting these back on until they're all painted and ready to go. And there's no point putting drain cocks back on if these aren't in place, because it's all got to come off again. We've got to make new gaskets again. Still got to find some gasket paper. Oh crap, I forgot gasket paper on Monday. So this week sometime, I've got to go and find some gasket paper. So I'm going to have to do some Google searching about that and go and pick it up in the morning, I would say. It's also a spring for a whistle valve that's got a broken spring in it. We've got to fix that. Probably I'm going to get an email tomorrow saying 5 bars are ready to be picked up. And I've got to go to Cooper's Plains basically on my way to work or something and pick them up at some point, probably Friday morning. So if all that comes together, we will have an engine back together and looking like it's ready to steam, more or less. It's not really ready to go to a rally, but it's a lot better, a lot closer than it was 12 months ago. And we went to a rally anyway. So that's it. I'm not stressed about it, promise. That's where we're at. Today I did some shopping too. I bought a new hands-free for the car because I'm sick of not having one. Wireless charge and all that stuff, and it wasn't all that crazy expensive. So I've got one of those, and that's all hooked up. I drew too many miles not to have one really. Usually I just throw my phone out of the way in the bag, but it's a pain if I've got to use Google Maps or anything. So got to have that. Hey Kevin, what else happened? I didn't get an email. I didn't get a note from Haynes Paints in Beenleys in Browns Plains saying that they've got tins of paint in stock for me. So I probably need to sort that out. You have to ring them in the morning and say, where the F is it? Because I kind of need that for jobs. Haven't even looked at. Well, I have. I've looked at this brief for what was going to be this panel, and I had all sorts of ideas for this. I've even painted it blue, which is awesome. It was going to be a hotel or a pub sign, I thought. Exterior hotel or pub sign with your hometown name on it. That's excellent. However, when I went back and looked at the brief, it's actually a hotel, motel, pub sign before 1970. So I don't think this is really what I want. So I'm going to have to cut some boards. I've got a month to do this. So I've got a month to do this after Glen Ray. We can get it done. Hey, Scott. Whole month, which is awesome. Got truck finished. I guess everyone sent pictures of that. Finished truck Tuesday and got paid for it, which is really nice. Very nice, actually. We're going to do our fancy file sharing like Mark. I've got about 200 pictures here of my lap. Why is that so? I'm not sure. Anyway, I hope you can actually see that probably. Maybe. It's clear as mud. So full paint job on a Scania, on a Volvo. There we go. We'll zoom it out so you can see it a bit better. This isn't as fancy as some streams, but there's been a few jobs. This is only about number 4 or 5, to be honest. Fleet numbers in dark blue. We've got stripes around there for a close look. Some fancy scroll work, so I've got the original and still a pencil line visible there. I guess that'll come off. And scrolls around the front. We've got scrolls up the top around there. I don't know if they were in the video. Another scroll on the front. Pretty happy with that. There's the video. The scrolls here and there on the back. Stripe right around the top, and then this stripe starts here and goes right round this line, back round. There's one around the door. There's a logo in 2 colours, and then the name on here, fleet numbers, and then there's one line around the front there. I don't know if you can see that really. Sorry about the light. There's a line around there. Another fleet number on this side. There's no numbers on this side, but there is a scroll. Then there's a line around the door, and this side's got the 2 numbers, Brisbane, and the 2 scrolls. Oh gosh, then this finishes here, it goes, and we've got a scroll here and here, so that's it. Who designed the layout? It's copied exactly from the original 1970s layout. There you go, absolute direct copy. I had photos and measurements of it all. I think it's probably had another colour scheme since then, but this is going back to original, so I've done it back how it was. I think some amateur probably did it because it's pretty ordinary on the original. None of the lines were straight or anything. So pretty happy. Customer's over the moon. Tipped me another $100 on top of what I asked him. Everything's great. Really good. So he got a really nice truck. It needs a coat of clear on it now and all the fittings back on it. And he's halfway down to being back on the road. He's been off for a while, I think, because there's a few sign riders that died in the meantime while they were going to do it. But yeah, what's the customer got to do with it? That's exactly right. So it's done. Pretty happy with it, really. It's about 30 hours into that because I'm slow. 30 hours, something like that. If I'd done it in half the time, it still would have been the same money and it would have been a bit better money. But anyway, it's done. On to the next one, probably. I've got a couple of jobs to do, so we'll see them as they turn up. But there's a couple of jobs to do. But at this point, I've got to get this roller back in steam and off to Glenray Timberfest on the 27th or something, which is only 2 weeks away, which is crazy. 3 weeks, maybe 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks. Crash. So, I'm trying not to hyperventilate, but that's where we're at. So, that's about it. A lot of glary camera work and a lot of nonsense. Got a cup of coffee. It's probably not good for me either. But I need to sort tomorrow. I need to find some gasket paper for drain cocks and chimney. I need to find a spring, pick up a spring. I need to sort out the fire bars and get them delivered. And then we're back in. Hey Raymond, made it home safe. Then we need to also at some point I need to get some of these casts. So that's a job for probably next Tuesday. When I get back up here, I'm probably going to go up there and get some of these casts, see how they turn out. So that's another job. If I get time, probably going to cast these too, which are boiler cladding parts that we probably don't need right now, but we need to put them on at some point. Queensland gaskets. I will Google Queensland gaskets, Mark. Thank you very much. If there's somewhere on my way to work, that's the other thing, because I've got to go to the Gold Coast for 2 days. Googling that as we speak. Queensland Gaskets. Salisbury. I'm not going to Salisbury. Sorry. Open at 7:30, so I probably could almost get to Salisbury and back before work tomorrow morning. Yeah. Not feeling it. 30 minutes from here, so I could probably, if I left here at 7, I could be out there and I could be back at work by 9. I'm thinking that traffic at 7 o'clock is going to be quite a lot worse. Sunnybank, Callum Vale, Browns Plains, they're only over there. They're this end of town, so I could probably get back on the Logan motorway and then back. I'm not feeling like that's something I really want to do, but anyway. Could also... Last time they went together with the Forex carton, and they could do it again, but I really don't want to. So we'll see how we go with that. I'll give that some thought. There's 2 or 3 engineering places that should have it, I think. One in Yatlow, and they'll be open early. I'll get it there, I think. They're on the way through tomorrow morning. I'll do some thinking about it and see if they've got it. I'll call in because I'll be going past there. Anyway, we'll see. I want some decent soft gasket paper, high temperature gasket paper, not that hard, crunchy asbestos sheet stuff that's no good. Anyway, that's something we've got to do. I can zoom this back out, I think, now. Whatever that was, it's probably making everyone seasick. Anyway, something new tomorrow. I'm going to pick up the spring as well for the whistle. Or make one. If I had some stainless wire, I'd absolutely make one on some tomorrow night, but we'll see how I go with that. I mean, you go to the outlet, you can also get a pie for breakfast. I'm really not a big fan of pie for breakfast. Here in Crestmead, there's a very excellent bakery owned by a Vietnamese couple that's always open at like 4 a.m. They're very good, and they've got they have egg sandwiches for $4.80, which is about as good as you can get anywhere. That's the best value for money on any food anywhere. I usually get them and have them about 10 o'clock if I'm going to buy something for breakfast, because they're very excellent. Hey, James. Very excellent. So, I've had a bit of a recap and decided what we need to do before the end of the world, aka the 27th or something, 28th or whenever it is. And I think that this will all even out nicely with a coat of clear on it. Right? I'm hoping it does. If it doesn't, it doesn't, but it should be all right from a distance. I'm annoyed I put that fixture on there. I probably shouldn't have. I probably should just put a coat of clear on it in 2 days and be done with it, because that sort of hasn't done it any favours. But anyway, we'll see how it goes. But yeah, we go right past the Outlet Pie Shop too. That's sort of across the road, more or less. I was across the road there this morning because there's a automotive parts or automotive paint refinishing suppliers place that's open early right there too. They're very good. Pick up some abrasive paper and some stirring sticks and stuff. So that's where we're at. I got given a windmill pump. Shut up, everyone. I don't want to know about it. I don't care about your opinions. It doesn't matter. I don't care. Anyway, Dan has expressed in the past at some point his desire, and he's way out the bush somewhere today. I think he's at Port Macquarie or something. But he's expressed his desire to own a windmill on the property. And that will probably happen. But by pure happenstance, someone I used to work with years ago said, I've got a pump that's part of a windmill that I want to get rid of. Do you know anyone who wants it? So we've got F.E. Myers Bulldog windmill pump with a auxiliary belt pulley on it, which will be absolutely excellent because we can run a steam engine on it or whatever we need to do. So, we can belt drive it off the Fergie, or we can run a steam engine on it when we want it to circulate some water or whatever. And if it doesn't go on the windmill, it would make a very good static display. But it's a fair lump of a thing. I think it looks to be probably a 2 or 3 inch pump. So we'll see how that goes. You need a fairly big windmill to run it too, I think. Anyway, it could be a windmill involved in the deal, but it's a big job to get that. Anyway, so a water pump. I dug round and in a box of project stuff. I've got a box of project ideas and plans and things that is kind of huge. And I dug around it and found some stickers or decals for F.E. Myers Bulldog pump that I actually bought from the States in about 1995 for another F.E. Myers pump that I was going to restore, and it became too much of a job and we gave it away. So got stickers for it even, but it's something that's nice and something that's bright red and pretty awesome. An American machine. So that's another thing that at some point I've got to go up where Peter is, nearly halfway where Peter is. Don't know if it's quite that far. It's a few hours north, and pick that up. Go up and see my friend for the weekend and with her and pick this up and come home. So that'd be a nice little holiday at some point after Glenray. Towards the end of August, because I've got to get that panel finished for the panel swap, the hotel motel one. What was I saying about that? Did I finish that conversation? Yeah, it's not a hotel pub sign. It's actually a hotel motel sign. So that's a completely different thing. Yeah. So I've got to do some deep dive homework about hotel motel signs. The Australian ones are pretty boring, to be honest. I really don't want to do that. But I think we can jump out a bit and do something a little bit adventurous. So, got some sketches and ideas in my head, but we'll see how that goes. Not very good at that stuff. What else? Couple of engines for sale. If anyone wants to buy I think it's EEC, small power oil engine or kerosene and petrol engine from about 1890 on a transporter. Fairly early one. If someone's interested in a small power engine, which is about probably less than 1 horsepower, I would say. Might be 1 horsepower. Nice little portable engine, a nice little transportable engine with stationary, as advertised in Model Engineer and all those sort of things back in the day. I know where there's one for sale. So hit us up if you're interested. Mate of mine's selling up a lot of stuff with the view to buying a portable steam engine, so he's going to need some cash. And I think word on the street is that little EEC is probably worth as much as a portable engine. Anyway, that's that. Still haven't found that screw. Don't know where it is. It could be, if we have a look, it could be under that cabinet. Right? It may have gone in under there. It's unlikely, but it may have gone in under there. I didn't hear it drop, so I'm sort of half expecting to see it like sitting on one of the cross members in the bench, but I couldn't find it, so I'm going to have to go and buy one of them too. Maybe that's a better job for tomorrow. It went down there. Not that impressed that I've lost one, but anyway, it's not just sitting there on that cross member, it's gone further than that. But I didn't hear it. I didn't hear it drop, hit the floor, so I don't know. But need to get a guard on this so it doesn't happen again. That's a job. Need to finish this guard as well, but it'll be somewhere in the same sort of, paint's dry on this now, but somewhere in the same sort of style or traditional fashion or as this one. So made on a 6th grade, except it's brass. That's the only problem with that whole deal. Thought about it. Anyway, that's it. Crap. Whatever else is happening. There was Mark's making some progress on roller, which is awesome. TNB's out there getting his engine ready for a rally too. Looks like it's going to be fun. Stuart's been out driving around again, if you look at Facebook. Didn't see anything from Bill, but he's probably crazy busy. Didn't see anything from Kevin either, but maybe I'm just not looking in the right spot. There's a video from Ustnox. There's a good video from Ustnox. I enjoyed that. There's one from Presso. I really enjoyed that too. Why do I have a brush and a chuck? Because I was cleaning up some screws. A lot of greasy bits. And that's as easy as, I haven't actually got a bench grinder with a brush on it. And I don't like them very much either. So I was just cleaning up some grease and oil off some bolts and screws. You didn't see that here. Not supposed to notice that. Also put this back together the right way up, which is excellent. So this running board's back together. These bolts, speaking of cleaning up bolts and screws, these bolts are all back in, ready to bolt it back on. So that's going down. That's got to go back on this weekend too, after the door. The door's in the back of the van. I had every intention of having the door all painted and ready to go back on, but I think it's going on without any paint. Bill's hit an issue with vids. That's all right. I'm sure you'll resolve it. See you, Scott and Tara. We'll take care. Thanks for checking in. Just saw that message there. So that's where we're at. I really, really, really passionately would like to get back on this little engine that's over here and make some progress on it. I saw a very good idea for a split hone, aluminium hone for this. But I'd love to get this going, but I don't know. At this point, I'm not seeing a gap in the traffic to spend a weekend on that anytime soon. Sorry, guys. Right, what else is happening? That's my whirlwind catch up on the things I've done and the things I haven't done and the things I meant to do and the things I didn't do and the things that I did that I had no intention of doing. So that's all of those things. I think we've covered all of them. Dream and Randy, g'day. So, look, there's a few people have pointed out that a couple of these lines aren't real straight. My suggestion is do it yourself. I think if you have a close look right down the line, if you line them up right, they're pretty jolly good. But anyway, bit difficult to tell with that curve, but I think if you look at that, that's not terrible. This is just kind of, I had two minds whether to paint this black around here, which might have also been prototypical, like outside this, but I think it's too much, so I've just left them like this. There's two ways you can do that. If this had been a black roller with lining, or a green roller, or a red roller, or a brown roller with lining, this would have been a 3-layer system. So there would have been a black stripe here, and then a line to separate them, probably in yellow. So a black roller would be black in the middle, and then yellow, and then red, or yellow and brown with a red line. That's normal. A black roller is usually black and brown with a red and a yellow line, I think. And the brown roller would be brown and black with a red and yellow line. Something like that. But the couple of grey engines that I've seen from Fowlers, or existing grey engines, or engines that people have decided to be a bit sort of fast and loose with the rules and have painted grey, have been done like this with just a white stripe, and I think that's enough. So that's where we're going. Was going to get a coat of clear on these. I got talking to Joe and stuff when I got home. Never happened. But probably tomorrow night these will have a coat of clear on them, and we can start thinking about having them ready to go on Sunday. That's where we're at. There's also a set of driving lights for the roller, or caution lights. I don't think driving lights is probably, perimeter hazard lights is probably about what you would call them for the roller, that I would have loved to have done or got sorted at some point before Glenray. But we're probably putting the kerosene lanterns back in them, because that's how that works. Does it have a fair bit of orange peel? Yeah, it's been sanded back, but I think it's probably more the finish of the thing than the orange peel. Don't think it's actually orange peel. These, I think it's a reflection, and it's probably the surface underneath. I think with a coat of clear on it, I don't think you'll see it. I'm living with it anyway. They could have been sanded back and painted, and sanded back and painted, and sanded back and painted, and sanded back and painted. They weren't, just so you know. So I think it's probably, most of it is probably the surface of the metal. But anyway, here we go. It's a steamroller. We're not all that fussy, to be honest. We'll get it on there. Don't know what else. Don't know if there's anything else. I gotta throw everything in a box that I've got to take down there, do something about. There's 1,000 jobs for the weekend, and if I run out of time, there'll be 1,000 more. Anyway, anyone who wants to come down for the weekend to Roller, very welcome to. Bring a swag. The original wouldn't have been anywhere near this flash. I don't think it had been hit with a 4-inch brush over everything once it was all bolted up. Anyway. But we want it nice, so I think with a coat of clear on that, that'll be pretty nice. And the light striking it there, you can see a bit of orange peel. Or you can see a bit of texture anyway, which is the texture in the metal. And probably we could have filled them, but I'd rather not do that. Another coat of paint might have fixed a lot of it too. But I don't think it's orange peel in the paint. I think it's more likely the texture of the metal. But yeah, naval photographic grey. That's this paint, which is pretty nice. This is an all glass. It's an Australian boat paint. Kind of like this a lot. And shadow grey, which is that colour. Almost. It's not really that colour, thank goodness. The colour inside's a bit nicer than that. So that's what that is. The white's Norglass too, which I really like for striping and cut and lining. Norglass is a nice lining paint, to be honest. Really nice. In fact, I'm going to use it a lot more than anything else, I think, in the future. Pretty awesome stuff. So we've got lanterns to fix too and polish and get sorted. So that's going to be a job for next week. Got that little wagon sitting there that I'd love to get fixed at some point. I need to get that sorted too. I'm not going to let her straight on the weatherboards because I think that's going to look crap. I'm going to put a couple of signboards on it. Whether I get them laser cut out of 1mm ply or something might be really good, or whether I get them. Actually, they might be really nice if I. It's got to say Shenandoah Steam Shed, which is a little bit of advertising. So I reckon to get this on here, rather than put it on 2 lines, I'm going to make a half moon shape board here. All right. Put Shenandoah Steam Shed on it, and then another little one that says find us on Facebook or something like that, which is not period correct, but I think it'd be nice. And then I'll get Dan to weather a lot so it doesn't sort of jump out at you. But we'll do something nice on that. Probably a white sign with or even that sort of colour sign, something in a beige or something like that, with a heritage green or something on it. And another little one on here that says find us on Facebook, and I might even just print them and stick them on a bit of plastic card, which is cheating, but it'd be nice. Anyway, that's something I'd love to do before Glen Ray at some point, because it's in the way on the bench, but it isn't going to happen. I've got to take those too, because they go on I've got to put them back on. These aren't original, and they're not really the answer. Where these go is on the brake beam, and they don't really fix anything. They don't. They've stopped everything seizing up, but that's about it. It should have 2 of these on it instead. So I've got to make 4 of these, or make 3 of them at least, and use this one, which is an original. And that's why I was messing around with this casting, which is a reproduction. Lettering's not terrible, to be honest. This is a bit more of an issue here. And yeah, I wouldn't like to be threading this, so we'll see how that goes. Hey, Nigel. Nigel must nearly have the die filer finished. Must be about ready to go. enjoying that series of videos from Nigel at Go Create Hobby Machine Shop. Should go and check that out if you haven't already. Crap, this bench is just covered in. Let's get this bag. And set it up here. I'll put these in because we need those. It's a good theory. Right. Need that. We'll go back on the roller. Need that. Now got to go back on the roller. Things we need to take. Need these screws. There's one missing, but we're going to take them anyway. 3 fittings. They've got to go. Anyway, that's organised. It's not, but it looks organised. And all I've got to do is pick up the. Probably all I've got to do is pick up the box or the bag. Anyway, I might call it a night because I'm still sort of about half dead from a migraine on the weekend. Thanks heaps everyone for tuning in. It's awesome to catch up with you all. Good to see what you're all doing on Discord or Facebook or wherever you post, and it's really good to see what you're posting on YouTube too, where it's really at. Anyone who takes the time to make a video in this busy day and age is awesome, in my mind. That's where I'm at anyway. That's what I'm doing. If you want to come and give us a hand, I'm all down for that too. But this weekend I'm going down Saturday night and coming back probably Monday morning because there'll be a load of firewood to split as well. I'm probably going to cut it and split it. We'll see how I go. If I can get that done on Monday and get all these bits back on Sunday and get it somewhere near ready to steam Sunday night, I'd be very, very happy. And I'd be half ready to actually go and get to Glenray Timberfest. Also, anyone who knows of a trucking company based at either Toowoomba Way or probably Grafton Way or anywhere in between, who'd pick up a roller and a portable that weighed 20 tonnes and take them out to the woolshed in August of 2025. Want to give me a quote, I'd be down for hearing about that. I've got to chase that up this week too. That's something else I've got to make a phone call about in the morning. Anyway, thank you. Check out David's in the chat there now. Check out David Barlani's awesome Instagram account. There's lots of cool stuff that he posts on there. History from like Western Europe history. Good stuff. It's pretty cool. Always enjoy his posts. Cheer me along for this because I really want to get in and do it, and I really need to get in and finish that sign. It's an order of importance. I've got to get this to Glenray. I've got to get the sign finished, or that one there. That's important. And then I've got to spend some time on that, maybe. And then we're back on the roller again for the duration. All right, I'm out. Thanks, guys. Be kind to each other, especially to me, and I'm going to go and Google where I could find some actual gaskets in the morning because I forgot all about it. So, catch ya. We'll see you later. Thanks, guys.